Welcome back to POP Podcast. We're diving into UFC 313. It was just yesterday, March 8th, 2025, at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas.
Yeah, huge card. Definitely lived up to the hype.
I'm still kind of buzzing from it, to be honest. It was a really big night of fights, headlined by the light heavyweight title fight, of course. But a lot of other really interesting matchups on the card as well. But before we get into all that, a big shout out to everybody tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Helps us out a ton. All right, so Pereira versus Ankalaev, the main event for the title. I got to say, I was leaning towards Pereira going into this one, that knockout power.
Oh, he's a beast for sure.
Yeah.
But, Ankalaev's no slouch either. I think what maybe a lot of people, myself included, underestimated was his fight IQ. He had a game plan and, he came in and executed it really perfectly.
That's what was so fascinating to me. You could almost see like the gears turning in Ankalaev's head. He knew Pereira was going to be looking for that big knockout, and he just shut it down.
Yeah.
And that takedown defense from Pereira.
Yeah, it wasn't really there.
No, not at all.
Pereira's always been, more of a stand-up fighter, comfortable on his feet, and Ankalaev really exposed that weakness, I think. But it wasn't even just about, taking Pereira down. It was the way he controlled him on the ground. It was like he used that wrestling to just drain Pereira's energy, to frustrate him, take him completely out of his element.
Yeah, it was like a chess match almost. It felt like Ankalaev was always one step ahead. Did that surprise you?
A little, honestly. I mean, I knew Ankalaev was good, but this was next level. He blended his striking and grappling so seamlessly. He wasn't just a wrestler. He was a complete fighter out there. And ultimately, he was able to, outpoint Pereira and win that decision and, become the new light heavyweight champion.
Big moment for Ankalaev. Huge shakeup for the division. I mean, where does the light heavyweight division go from here? It feels wide open.
It's wide open now. Yeah, you've got guys like Gaethje Prochaska waiting for a title shot. Jan Bachovich is always dangerous. And then you've got, these up-and-comers, these hungry fighters that are looking to make a name for themselves. This title picture just got a whole lot more interesting.
Absolutely. Speaking of interesting, let's talk about the co-main event. Gaethje versus Fiziev. I was so hyped for this one, man. Two absolute warriors, known for their aggressive styles, always looking to finish the fight. And the fact that Fiziev stepped in on short notice, I thought, man, how's he going to handle this?
That's the beauty of this sport. You just never know what's going to happen. And we saw, a back-and-forth war. Gaethje's known for that relentless pressure, but he had to, adjust to Fiziev's speed, his precision. That spinning back kick from Fiziev in the second round, I thought Gaethje was done.
Oh, dude, same here. I was out of my seat. It was straight out of a movie.
Yeah.
But Gaethje, he's got that, never say die attitude. He weathered the storm, recovered, and then he just started chopping away at Fiziev's legs with those brutal kicks. And that's when I think the whole momentum shifted.
Yeah, it was like a switch flipped. All of a sudden, Fiziev's movement was compromised, and Gaethje just started taking over. He landed a barrage of punches in the third, and the ref had to stop it. TKO for Gaethje. What a fight. I mean, even on short notice, these guys just delivered.
Electric. So good. Before we move on, though, just another quick reminder to smash that like button and subscribe if you are enjoying this deep dive. Now, main event, co-main, amazing fights. But there are a few other things on this card that really stood out. Asman Lucindo versus Amanda Lemos was a must-watch for me. You had the former title challenger in Lemos against this, rising star in Lucindo, almost like a clash of generations.
Yeah, it was a passing of the torch moment almost. It really was Lucindo who stole the show. And she didn't just win, she made a statement. I mean, her composure, her takedown defense. Lemos is known for her power, and Lucindo just completely neutralizes it.
It did feel like we were watching the passing of the torch. Lucindo's got a really bright future.
Yeah, she's one to watch, definitely. Another fight that had me on the edge of my seat was Jalen Turner and Ignacio Bahamondes. These two guys are just, all action, just throwing bombs.
Yep. No quit in either one of them.
Yeah.
It was a brawl. What did you think?
It was a brawl, yeah. Both guys landed some serious shots. But, in the end, it was Turner who found the opening, and he got the TKO in the second round. He's got that length, and reach, and he really knows how to use it. He's a problem for anybody at lightweight.
Yeah, he's a scary dude for sure.
Okay.
So stepping back, looking at UFC 313 as a whole, what were your overall impressions? Did it live up to the hype?
I think it exceeded the hype. We saw a new champion crowned in pretty dramatic fashion, a co-main event that was just a war, and just a ton of other fights. That showcased the incredible depth of talent that's in the UFC right now.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I mean, it felt like every fight could have been a fight of the night contender. Any big takeaways for you? Anything that really stood out?
Yeah, one thing that really struck me was like the evolution of fighting styles. We saw guys like Ankalaev and Lucindo really using their grappling not just to control their opponents, but to dominate them. It's not just about takedowns anymore, you know? It's about using wrestling as a weapon.
Yeah, that's a great point. And then you have guys like, Pereira and Gaethje, who are known for their striking.
Mm-hmm.
But they're also evolving, adding new wrinkles to their game. It's like the sport is constantly moving forward,
Yeah.
getting more technical, more strategic.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so fun to watch. You never know what to expect.
So true. So let's talk about some of those standout moments. For me, that spinning back kick from Fiziev on Gaethje, man, I thought that was it. Lights out.
Who could have predicted that? I mean, it was beautiful, but then to see Gaethje get back up, recover,
Yeah.
and eventually win the fight, I mean, that's what champions are made of.
Pure grit. And how about Ankalaev's performance? I mean, to dethrone a legend like Pereira, that's a statement.
Yeah, he outclassed Pereira. I mean, it was a masterclass in strategy and execution. Ankalaev took away Pereira's power, took him down whenever he wanted, and just wore him down over 5 rounds. It was a clinic.
It really was. Man, this card. From start to finish, just glued to the screen.
Yeah.
And speaking of finishes, how about that Jalen Turner TKO? That dude is just a walking highlight reel.
He's got that killer instinct, you know? Every time he steps in the octagon, you know something exciting's going to happen.
For sure. So I want to throw a question out to the listeners. We saw a lot of different fighting styles on display at UFC 313, from the precision striking of Fiziev to that dominant grappling from Ankalaev. What do you think is the most effective fighting style in MMA today? Let us know in the comments. And while you're at it, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the world of combat sports.
We'll be back soon with another breakdown of all the latest action in the UFC.
Until then, keep training, keep learning, and keep those fists flying. We'll see you soon for another deep dive. Into the heart of MMA, thinking about this event and the fighters that really stood out, it strikes me how global the sport has become. I mean, we saw fighters representing Brazil, Russia, Azerbaijan all over the map.
Yeah, it really is a beautiful thing. The UFC has become like a melting pot of fighting styles, cultures, and that diversity is a big part of what makes it so exciting. You've got all these different backgrounds, these different approaches to combat, all clashing in the octagon. It's unpredictable and it's captivating.
Yeah, totally. And it kind of makes you realize that martial arts really is a universal language.
Absolutely. It transcends borders, languages, everything. It's about skill, it's about heart, and it's about the pursuit of excellence.
Well said. And on that note, I want to encourage everybody listening to check out the full fight card from UFC 313 if you haven't already. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. And let us know in the comments, what your biggest takeaways were, what fights blew you away, all that good stuff.
Yeah, we love hearing from you guys. And hey, if you're enjoying these deep dives into the world of MMA, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a ton, and it makes sure you don't miss any of our future breakdowns.
That's right. We've got a lot more exciting content coming your way. But until then, keep training, keep learning, and keep those fists flying. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.